So this is a guy that no one watches, only we watch. This was billed to me as like a sort of Dave adjacent style of content creator. So I don't know, but he does make cooking content. We've looked at some earlier. If you're a stream watcher, boy, are you in for some good stuff. We watched him cook he boiled some onions and beans together. So that was cool. The right wingers have a hard time with the culinary side of life. So I guess we're gonna see. I bet this guy is real confident. Just kidding. Also, I'm noticing this isn't a screen capture. This is like a phone. So now we have a real genius at play. We have a phone recorder on the laptop. Very excited.
Hey everybody. Here's a video response to that guy where life isn't working going too well. And let's start with this person.
7 hours.
Good.
Today, lying in bed.
Okay. So, she basically is saying that...
Did you write notes? Am I seeing right here a collection of, like, loose notebook paper that you've ripped out of the thing?
She basically is saying that...
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Oh, man. Oh, man. What did you send me, chat? What is this?
She in the video, she says that she's ugly and she's sad and that kind of thing. But here's the problem with people like this. Assuming that she's being serious and she's not just trying to raise money online for something. You never know. Maybe in real life she has a boyfriend and he just wants her to raise money so they can go do something.
The way these guys make up people's intent in their heads, like they'll run away with stuff like that in their heads. They just have ideas about people and now it's true to them. It's super weird.
Let's say I'm walking around the mall one day and I have these little pieces of paper I write out.
Wendy's and other product reviews on YouTube. Bivens H, which I guess he's a Bivens. He's doing a shout out for himself. Maybe I'll see how I feel about this video at the end. See if I go do this.
When I worked at Wendy's, I did that. I had gotten into a car accident in July. I haven't worked since then, but...
Oh.
Excuse me.
Oh, God. Wow, we're getting a lot of lore. Holy shit. This has high cringe potential. What the fuck?
There's that. But when I worked there, I would hand that out to people.
Okay.
But let's just say I go to the mall. And
is that in a plastic bag for some reason?
I would hand that out to people.
Why is this have serial killer vibes? Why? What the fuck is happening? Why do you have this in a plastic bag?
But let's just say I go to the mall and I see her there and I walk up to her and I'm like, hey, here's you.
You see her there?
Free Junior Frosty and a little piece of paper with my YouTube channel. I know you want to check it out. And then, who knows? Maybe we could go on a date sometime. I guarantee you.
Why? Yeah, what? That's terrible game. What the fuck? That's not, hey, I got a coupon for a free Frosty, and also here's my YouTube channel on it, and I'm going to hit on you or whatever? How old is the person we're looking at? I don't know how old the person is behind the camera anyway, I guess. So, I don't know, but I was thinking that, and you're at the mall, teenagers? I don't know. I don't know. That's not a good way to open. That's not game at all. To randomly choose someone at the mall to be like, hey, want to spend time together because I gave you a coupon with my YouTube channel written on it? That sounds fucking weird. Those are 3 incongruent thoughts all at the same time. Shall we go to Wendy's, I guess, maybe? Maybe that was the idea. Get a Frosty. Hey, baby, I can afford even more Frosties than I could before due to the thrifty coupon that I have here. Doesn't that make me seem like an attractive mate in the Jordan Peterson sense? Very top lobster. I'm thrifty.
I don't want to date you.
Right, but so that's because that would be weird. You should try dating people that you have rapport with.
Because that's just how people are. So...
That's just how people are? Normal? It would be abnormal for that to fucking work on anybody. That is not courting behavior in any sense, you know? That's not even a normal social interaction.
Go.
Like the first two things, random guy gives me a Wendy's coupon with his YouTube channel on it. My top 5 favorite movies are American Psycho, Fight Club, American Psycho, Wolf of Wall Street, and Fight Club. Yeah.
She would never want to hang out or do anything like that, so why is she making a video complaining about how she's ugly and she doesn't like her life?
You're mad at her for rejecting you before she's even done it, and that is a reflection on you, buddy. Like, that is crazy. Also, didn't you say something about being a lesbian? Am I making that up in my head? He mentioned a boyfriend as well, but...
So that's one thing. And then this thing,
maybe my chat says
my
it.
eyesight is not that good since the car accident.
Your eyesight isn't good since the car accident? What the fuck happened, man? What happened? He can't work at Wendy's anymore? What? And he's right wing? Buddy, you need your benefits. Buddy, you need health care and shit. How are you gonna... Wow. You should apply for food stamps or something, though. Unemployment? Like, you should...
Push this up. Okay, maybe here?
Talk about male loneliness.
Okay.
Recently, a video talking about
When it comes to dating, they're lonely when it comes to friendship too.
Is this your own video, or what is this?
this is something that I see a lot when viewers send me messages. I commonly get people saying that not only have they never been in a relationship, but they also have no friends or very few people around them at all.
Okay. I'm in that situation, too. I've never dated. I'm in my 40s.
Whoa! I'm getting... Wow. 40s? Wowzers. Whew. Sheesh. I thought we were dealing with a teenager. I really thought that we were, from the way he was speaking and everything. Wowzers. Dude's a pedo. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, dude. Whew. We're going to keep going. I don't know. This is... I've never really dated... I don't care. So I'm not... I guess... Okay. He did say something else. He was talking about never dating and everything. That is not what I am reacting to. I am reacting to... I thought this was a fucking teenager or an early 20s. He does not sound like he has had much social development. So it's like it really sounded like a young man to me. Even his voice. Wow. Yeah, so dating or whatever. Okay, clearly you're not going to be dating if you're having a hard time just socializing with people, right? So I really strongly suggest if you are a person that wants to date and you feel like you're a late bloomer or whatever, however old you are, I mean, genuinely, a lot of it has to do with you're not putting yourself out there. That's number one for almost everybody. And if you are putting yourself out there, it's in ways that won't work. You know what I mean? Like trying to pick people up at the fucking grocery store or whatever. It is what it is. You're gonna date people that you have rapport with. Okay? You can just talk to people platonically, and that's your relationship forever. Okay? Also, you can flirt with people. I think people get caught between two sort of like extremes where they don't do enough or they do too much. And I know it sounds like, oh, it's like walking on eggshells. It's really fucking not. There's a vast plateau in the middle of like acceptable social interactions, and I think people get in their own heads about it, and it's really weird. But like really, it like in this guy's case, I assume if anyone in my chat is like what I would consider a late bloomer, like conventionally, like anyone like kind of past your mid-20s, if you're not dating or haven't had sex, it's a little bit late bloomy, and it's typically because of a myriad of things that you probably understand. And it's like, I guess it depends on a lot of things, but like, is it something that you can change or want to change? Like, do you want to date? You don't have to. Like, a lot of people get a little bit, like, oh, there's somebody out for you. I mean, maybe you just are a loner, and that's okay. Like, if you have otherwise fulfilling relationships, that's good. If you're very isolated, it's probably not ideal. We're social animals. It is what it is, right? So putting yourself out there is good. Like, it's hard to do that anyway. I'm a social butterfly, and I don't fucking go see a million people all the time. So it's like, a lot of your stuff might be on the internet or whatever, but I think having time and making time for other social interactions that aren't just like one or two people is good. whether that's at work or whatever, and trying to be friends is cool. Like, going up and being like, I got coupons, here's my YouTube channel, want a date is weird.
Everybody I've ever asked said no. And also, I have no friends either.
And also, I have no friends either. But why? But why don't you have any friends? You know?
Loneliness, I guarantee you, goes away as you get older. Or at least it has for me. Let me see if I...
So this is this was billed to me as like sort of like Dave. Dave is worse by a long shot so far. But I guess like I always think that someone is reachable because I'm very stubborn about that. I mean, I really think most people are, but like unless you're monetarily incentivized otherwise, you're reachable. All these people are always like working class loner guys that are just like socially awkward, and they've literally written themselves off in their own story. Like, listen to how he talks. He's like, oh yeah, it's fucking, it's never going to work for me. But that's not necessarily true. A lot of the problem is they don't put themselves out there, and they just you just think no one wants to be around me. You don't have to be right wing to think that. I mean, it just happens to everybody. Like, no one wants to be around me. Everyone hates me. Whatever. That shit happens to people. It's not true, by the way. As a social person, and a lot of people are like me. I know. I'm a little unique in some ways. The total package is pretty unique, I think, but not that unique. There's guys like me. There's guys around. Like, there's better versions of this, I'm sure. When I'm talking to people, I just am excited. I genuinely just want to talk to them and interested in what they got going on. And you can tell when people are also about that pursuit and want to share sort of like space with one another. And you can tell when people don't want to share space with one another. And I think you just need to find it within yourself to want to share space with other people. And that is a big thing, man. That can be hard for people. It's never been hard for me. I'm a little social guy. I don't know. People like me, I guess. Not everybody, though. But I like that, too. I don't know. I like social interactions even when they're negative. Although I don't, like, look forward to interpersonal drama or whatever. But, like, I'll do it.
I can move this up a little.
Shiwanhead then goes on to point out all the hostile positions towards men that a lot of people on the left have by showing some Twitter comments.
The reason
What video are you watching?
young men flock to alt-right MRA movements is because the left gives brain-dead advice to young men. We need to be more compassionate to them, for our own sake.
I mean, I agree that MRAs give bad advice.
Sorry, but how is respect women brain-dead advice? What advice? Don't rape? Don't be a rapist is bad advice? Help, I have no friends or community. I feel suicidal. Have you considered not raping?
That is not the conversation, June. So do you agree with June on this whole thing or whatever? That is not what the conversation is. I'm also reacting to June. That's very stupid. So a lot of men learn misogyny, and that can lead to lack of respect for people and their consent. And the conversations are about that. And a lot of right-wing men do not believe in the actual reality of don't rape. Like, I know you go, ha ha ha, it's so easy to say don't rape, but they really don't fucking know. Like, they actually they go out and rape people at higher levels than every other demographic. Like, if you are a right-wing religious man of any race, you will rape at higher levels. It's just true. It's crazy. They literally just did a study in Great Britain. 86% of all rapes were white men.
Enthusiastic consent. 2.
Someone tries to openly being
There's another. There it is.
video called I'm 27, mentioning his depression and his life issues. This next clip is from a video called I'm 27 and I feel lonely all the time.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Mr. Gaming Guitarist. And I'm here yet again, recording another video talking about how I feel like shit yet again. And it's a constant struggle, a constant pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But making videos like this feels like it's the only way to get things off my chest, so that's why I continue to do them.
Can you guys funnel that type of guy right to me? I'm going to fix all the men one by one or yell at them trying. Like, for real, though, like, I think if a guy actually wants to have a conversation about how to fix their shit, I can help. And not in a fucking manosphere way. I genuinely would like to do that. Because a lot of people really just don't have confidence in themselves and their assholes. Fix the man!
Wow, that is the voice of defeat. He sounds like he barely has the motivation to wake up, so good for him for actually doing that and working a job and driving some Uber. But after watching all these videos, this essentially is how they go. A guy with a very apathetic voice turns on a camera, says he's depressed.
Yeah, I mean, women being lonely is a thing too, but I think women's loneliness, while it can come from a similar place of not putting yourself out there enough, not having confidence, etc., and I have advice for these people, some of that stuff can come from other places than the right-wing incel crowd, you know what I mean? Genuinely, most of them just need therapy. Pretty much everybody just needs therapy. I think we can all agree that life is complex and stressful, and talking to people about that and trying to navigate that helps. And not all of us have the support system around us to, like, get that kind of talking done and getting other perspectives. And it's good to have therapists for that. Mental health care should be readily available, and it should be a lot of people's jobs to be a therapist. Like, it would be awesome if we could get, like, genuinely a ton of therapists and healthcare workers, and we can get rid of the menial jobs, and we can get rid of more menial jobs. Like, it's not hard to talk to people and do it responsibly in a setting like that. If you are someone that likes to talk to people, and we could really funnel a lot of well-being into stuff, but there's no money to make there, so there's only everyone's collective well-being, which is the whole reason we're here.
And uses YouTube as a therapy session because they have no other method of voicing their issue.
Lonely all the fucking time, and I don't know how to deal with it. There's no one else to complain to.
All right. I was also in your situation when I was young. And trust me, being a hermit is not that bad. Now, I obviously missed out on parts of life by not being social. But life's a cruel trick anyway. So you shouldn't worry.
But life's a cruel trick anyway. So, like, listen, man. It doesn't have to be a cruel trick. Bad shit happens in life, for sure. But life's not a cruel trick. The cruel tricks are, like, the systems that you advocate for with your politics.
Worry about it. Let's take YouTube, for example. If I started making weekly YouTube videos 15 years ago, would I be successful now? I mean, would anybody even have watched them? I mean, right now I make YouTube videos and nobody watches them, so what are the chances of somebody watching them when I'm in my late 20s like you are now, as opposed to right now where I'm in my early 40s? So if people don't want to watch, they're not going to watch. It's just
a lot of the hopelessness comes from economics too. Like, you'll go on to describe, and it'll be like, oh, well, I don't have this job or that job or whatever. And it's like, hey man, listen to yourself. That's working class problems. That's class solidarity. You should be here with us. Every fucking incel ought to come around and become a fucking leftist, because really, a lot of their problems all boil down to the same shit, because they all fucking fall in to this right-wing thinking clusterfuck at the bottom of the barrel on Reddit.
just the way it is. And what else?
Just negative, black-pilled fucking internet guys.
I've been alone my whole life. I never dated. I never had any friends. And I don't go out and try and make friends or socialize.
But why?
Other
But why?
than this camera, because I don't want to bother I don't want to bother my two best friends, burden them with this information.
That shit right there is the burden. That's the burden. The burden is not talking to your friends about stuff that bothers you. The burden is thinking that you're a fucking burden. That is so fucking burdensome to deal with. I can't tell you, as a social person, how much shutting the fuck down is annoying to me. And just never being real or whatever, never having anything to fucking say. God damn it, that's your fault. It's also probably someone else's fault, likely a caregiver during your young life, or peers or something. Something fucked up along the way, and you got scared to talk to other people and like unfulfilled by it. That's fucked up, man. You gotta. It's your life. You have to be the one that socializes. It's not. I wish someone else could do shit for you sometimes, but like it isn't how it is. So if you want to be not lonely, for real, you just got to understand that people do want to share space with you, but they want to do it like with reciprocity in mind. So you're sharing space with them too. Okay? Like socializing isn't a me thing, it's an us thing. And so if you're going into that shit with incel ass mindsets, or these fucking manosphere things, these right wing fucking life is a cruel game or whatever. No, what life is a fucking quirk of mathematics. We are the organisms that have sapience on Earth. We could have been any other goddamn thing. We are the organisms that have sapience on Earth. So fucking let's go for the ride, man. Let's just it is what it is. We are an ape on a rock.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
Have a good ride. It's genuinely so refreshing to hear. My dad never let me share my feelings, and I've only recently found non-toxic friends, and sometimes I get nervous about sharing. So we really needed to hear. Good. I'm glad. My dad was shitty about that kind of stuff too, for sure. My mom isn't, though. Although I don't think... I don't have like crazy deep conversations with my mom, but that's more of a proximity thing, and then also her capacity for some of the conversations. And also our relationship, but we've had good conversations with deeply like expressing our feelings to one another, and that's good. And I think it's important too. I'll tell you this: she can complain and just tell you how she feels about something, and I probably just learned that, and I think that's very good for people, even though I don't think it's always constructive. I think it's good to have. I think we got to learn how to like do it, but I genuinely believe that. If you're just a real, just whoever you are inside, and you just are genuine with people, we feel that, we understand that, and it's you can just tell when someone's not full of shit all the time. If you're just your real self, that's great. Joke around a little bit, have a good time, allow yourself to be loose. Don't be so filled with anxiety about social interactions, idiot. But for real, like there is a bit of letting go of the anxiety that you just gotta like live with. It's easier said than done, obviously, but it just comes with like understanding that like whatever other people like, people don't have expectations of you necessarily in a given conversation unless they're freaks themselves. So,
and there is no family that I can talk to that will understand this shit. And because the only family that talks to me is my aunt, but she's 70, she's from the Philippines. I can't connect with her. She can't technically alone. I just feel lonely all the goddamn time.
Yeah, because you're not drawing connection with other people, right? That can be rough. I hope this guy figured it out and found whatever it was. I don't know. Sometimes it's because people aren't being genuine themselves. Oftentimes, in my experience. Can't have deep conversations with your mom because she's ESL and her English isn't very good and she's not very bright. Yeah. That's okay. You don't choose your parents. We can still love them for their qualities, though.
And anytime I try...
if they earn it.
...to make attempts to get out there and socialize, try to make new friends, try to, expand my social circle, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Man, I can't do it. It's because you're thinking about expanding your social circle. I swear to God. I know that's kind of dumb, but you're like, ooh, yes, I must accrue a friend. Nah, you just got to spend time around people. That's really it. Friends find you. You find each other because you just vibe with people. That's okay. You just got to put yourself in situations where people are around and you're around them. It happens for different reasons, man. And more because of the isolated nature of our work and our the way we socialize on the phones and stuff. Like some of it's the phones, man. The internet. A lot of us spend a lot more time indoors. We don't have a lot of money for third places. the way our communities are structured are poor. You should be a leftist, by the way. We address all of these issues with sound quality, normal people stuff. And you'll find community in these places as well. Boomer Jake. It's a little bit the phones. The phones are also very good. So it's like two things. It's funny. I think phones are better than they are bad. I think if our communities were, you see less of this problem in European nations where their communities are structured better and they have phones too. So it's not just the phones, but it's a lot, there's a portion of this that the phones are bad.
I think a lot of people feel like that.
Yeah.
Okay, but a lot of people feel like that. Yes. Do you hear yourself bonding already with the friend that might be out there? Yeah. Yes. Share interest with people. Share excitement. People like it when you bring energy to a room. I swear to God, most people, if they could just like genuinely get their excitement to come out in positive ways, not negative, but positive ways, people like being around you. You like being around yourself. You like being around other people. I'm telling you. You can bitch a little bit, don't get me wrong. But, no one likes just always complaining and always negative,
And there's really no point in doing that anyway.
See? Like this shit.
Like,
but there's really no point in doing that anyway because you are not doing it. And so you're like, yeah, there's nothing to do there. What do you mean? Everybody else is having relationships. You know what I mean? Like most of the world is. And you can see that. And so you know it works. Right? If you want that, you can have it. I promise.
Why can't you just meet people online? Have a Facebook or whatever and join a Facebook group. Your name's guitarist. Yeah, join a guitarist group on Facebook. There's no point in going out and trying to meet people in real life. There's really no point. And then there's something else this guy said that I thought was kind of
tourist groups?
Bizarre. Let's see.
He doesn't shout.
So don't join shit you're not interested in. Do stuff you're interested in. It's fine.
Or comb it. Now, I'm not going to show it because that seems malicious, but I will say that it looks like his hairline is thinning on the top. So just as an announcement to all the guys who have that issue, protect your hairline.
Oh my God, it doesn't matter. No one cares. No one gives a shit. Just be clean. Take care of yourself. That's it. That guy looked fine. I have no problem with how that guy looked at all. If you don't like your hairstyle, you can put a hat on or whatever, but that's stupid.
If you still have hair, then you still have time. You can prevent hair loss, but once you lose it, you probably won't get it back.
You can't really. Dude, hair loss is just a fucking quirk of your genetics. You're going to lose it or you're not. It's whatever. Bald guys are fine. Like, just be yourself, bro. Jesus fucking Christ.
And balding will heavily lower how attractive you are to women.
Oh, it's not about being attractive to women because, dude, bald guys have wives. There's millions of bald guys with wives that look like hairy little meatball men. And but you know what they have? Riz. Qualities, likes, dislikes, personality. They show interest in people in reciprocal ways. They voice their sexual desire in ways that have, after they have gained rapport. It's just crazy. Your uncle looks weird with hair and good without hair. Well, there you go. See?
Yep, I know. I'm short, bald, and ugly myself. Nobody wants me. No one wants to date me, and that's fine.
Short, bald, and ugly. You shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. If you're short, bald, and ugly, there are multiple people out there that want to fuck your brains out. I'm not kidding. And they want to be your husbands or wives. They love you. They like your personality and everything. They just don't know you yet, and you don't know them, and you haven't given them a chance. You don't give love a chance, man. You're not only someone's kink, you're just someone finds you attractive. It's pretty unlikely that nobody finds you attractive. I bet Ian Miles Chong has had sex before, consensually, probably. Probably he's done it. I bet he has. You gotta be a good time, man. And not like a fucking 6-pack, 6 figures, 6 feet type of fella good time. Like, you just gotta be nice to be around. That's it. That's all anybody has ever wanted, is to have nice times with people.
But your advice there, this guy who made this video, was think before you sleep. His advice is give in to shallowness and don't go bald because people don't like bald people.
Yeah, I agree. That's terrible advice.
Well, then you're going to get bald after you marry.
You're going to get bald after you marry? Oh, he doesn't. I mean, we're not thinking. You can't just stop being bald or whatever.
So you're going to end up divorced.
You can get hair plugs, I guess.
What's the point in marrying, having kids, being divorced, and having your life ruined? That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, what? Getting divorced? Huh? This guy has negative thoughts at all times. It's crazy that you can't game out a fantasy in your head where shit works out for you, and it's because you don't play the game. Classic reasons for divorce: baldness, right?
That's not what you're saying. Isn't logical.
What you're saying isn't logical. To love people? People love each other. That's real. That's definitely not illogical. I mean, it might be illogical to love someone, I guess. Maybe not, though. I really don't think so. I feel like love lies in logic as well. I think maybe, like, lust doesn't. Love does, though. It's very logical, I think. Definitely involves emotion, but, you know, there's reasons you like people and love them.
So, yeah. So you don't want to go bald, that's true. But anyway, what else?
Is this guy actually hideous? You better be fucking just... where's your face? Do you have your face in any of these? You better be mangled beyond belief. You're probably a normal guy. He's been at it for a year. Vitamin review? Book talk. 10 Laws for Success by Pat Robertson? Well, buddy. How to listen to God? Okay, so you can see a pattern here. You can see what's happening. Have you considered that your worldview is not working?
There was something else on here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There is one more thing. I gotta go all the way up to...
Wow.
Here, this guy.
Actually putting work in, then life is very content with leaving you in the exact same place, except now you're 20 years older. And for an example of that, we have Defying Odds Donnelly, who is in his late 40s and has no friends. This next clip is from a video called Being Ugly and Having No Friends at 46 from over 2 years ago.
Being ugly? You get in your own heads about this shit, bro. Man.
What? All right. No response to this.
He looks normal. I don't... Is he just an asshole? If you're ugly inside, that's really where it counts.
Okay. You know, chin up. You're not that bad looking. I don't think you're ugly. You should try to date online or, and this is genuine advice, why don't you go to a fast food place once or twice a week and see if there's someone working there who's willing to date you.
A lot of his dating ideas revolve around the Wendy's. Also, when I worked at McDonald's, most of the people that worked there were in high school.
There's a lot of single people who work fast food.
Sure.
I know, I've worked fast food for years. Most of the females who work there are single. Now, some are single moms. If you're okay with that, go for it.
The females.
But anyway, that's my advice to these people is, one, you shouldn't obsess over what you don't have. Focus on self-improvement, and that's about it. I do have...
Focus on self-improvement? You haven't done that. You just said that life is a cruel joke. How have you improved?
a link in the description if anyone wants to give me a donation, or if you don't want to, give me a donation if you want to purchase something off my PayPal. I have a PayPal link.
That's the same thing.
Not PayPal, I meant eBay. I have both.
Okay. Well,
the PayPal and eBay link. So thanks for watching, and good luck to all of you.
Do you guys want to buy something off my eBay? I'm selling that inside-out corn suit. What a fascinating specimen. I agree. A very fascinating specimen. I would be delighted to speak with guys like this. Sounds like you're doing it to yourself. Like a perusal of the YouTube channel seems to have you doing this to yourself. Fucking Wendy's. Lots of Wendy's stuff happening. Goodness. Book talk with Joel Osteen. So your personality is ass. I can help. It'll take some work, though. I'm willing to put the work in, however. What is this? What is this, Gnome Pickles?
No, I am great with girls. Both got buckets of chicken. You want to do it?
Okay.
That is more... This isn't a joke. That clip had more game in it than I've seen most incels talk about. Like, or pickup artists talk about. That actually had more game in it. Hey, we both got chicken. Want to do it? That's confident, man. I don't think it's a total game winner. I'm just saying, like, it could work.